Hi everyone and welcome back to the Bods. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You join me today for an update on my Elves collection. So it's been about 6 months since I did my very first collection reflection video, and I thought now would be a good time. Also, some people have been asking how it's getting on. I shared recently that I was quite close to finishing the collection, so this is the detail that you might want. So I've brought up the collection analysis page on Brickset and scroll down to the percentage owned. You can see I have two things that I've got 100% on. That's Video and The Simpsons. Quite random ones to have, but I'm happy with both of those collections. The one thing I would say though is the CMF Simpsons. I don't have all of those yet, so it all depends on what Brickset class as part of a theme, and obviously the CMF comes under the collectible minifigures theme. So Elves is sitting there at 80% complete, and I went back and checked my previous video and it was in fact 30% last time, so we've seen quite a lot of improvement, and I have to thank all of you for helping with that. So the Minifig Who, Planet Tech, both have found me deals and pointed out things at shows, and even the Minifig Who went and picked some up for me, so it was super helpful to get my collection this complete. So let's dive into what is remaining. When I was looking back at my previous video, I heard myself talk about a children's programme that I remember watching that had like a treetop place that they lived, and that I really liked that. That's why some of the elf sets really appeal to me, especially the like treehousey ones. And I spent the morning trying to work out what this programme was, and I thought it might be the Wuzzles or the Gummy Bears, but actually I think what it was the Ewok. There was actually an animated version back in 1985, and I can't find anywhere where it confirms that it was on UK TV, but it looks familiar, and it's exactly what I'm thinking about, the treehouse sort of village. And so it turns out it was a Star Wars thing that I watched, and I was just none the wiser, so I thought that was quite funny. So what have I got left? So we still have the poly bags, both of them. So this one here, Azari's Magic Fire, and the one down here, Syra. I'd probably call her Syra, based on the fact that I've watched Elves. So yeah, I call her Syra, and for some reason Brickset doesn't want to open this image, so those two are still there, and I think I definitely want the poly bags. I don't know if Syra appears in any of the other sets. I'll look that up in a second actually to see if she's in any of the others. Azari obviously is. I still have Ira's Creative Workshop to get, and I see this all the time on Facebook Marketplace, but I guess because it's such a small set, it's easier for it to be overpriced maybe. I think people just go, oh, I'll put it on for a tenner, and this one isn't worth a tenner used. It's like £7, so I avoid the ones that are overpriced. I'm still looking for a bargain. I think also last time I did the video and I was at 30%, there were definitely some still in my cupboard that I hadn't marked that I'd got them, and in fact I'm pretty sure I've ended up with 2 of the Elves Treetop Hideaway, because I wasn't managing my collection very well. So I'm not going to complain, because this is actually one of the sets that I think I love the most. That's the treehousey bit. And I can make use of 2 sets, I'm sure. Make it an extra big Treetop Hideaway. Ira's Pegasus Sleigh is definitely still on the list. So that's the one with the beautiful wings on these horses. Definitely want that. And then you have to scroll quite a way to find the next one that I'm missing, and it's an expensive one, this one. It's the Queen's Dragon Rescue, and in fact the last time I picked up some sets from a guy around the corner who I'd been to previously and bought some sets for, he opened the door and he's like, I've seen you before. I asked him if he had any more that he was waiting to part out, and he said, oh, I've got the big white dragon, but my son's still playing with it, he quite likes it. So it sort of migrated from his daughter's set to his son, so I'm going to have to wait maybe a couple more years before his son gets bored of it, before I can get that one. I'm sure I might find it somewhere else as well, and this one's quite cool because it's got the little fox in as well. So this is definitely like one of the biggest ones I still have to get. And then there's another small one, and again this is suffering the same as the other one, that because it's a smaller set, people will price it slightly higher than I'm willing to pay, so I haven't been picking that one up either. I've seen this a couple of times, and I think I almost picked it up, but I haven't quite found it at a price that I'm happy for. I do like these little Venus flytrap type plants. So that's one of the ones outstanding. And then that is it until we get down to these foil packs from the Elves magazine. And I'm in a quandary of what to do, because really what I want to see, which is ridiculous anyway, I want to see that bar on brick sets say 100%. I want to know that I've got all of these sets, just because I love collecting things. Like, it makes me happy. But all of the foil packs contain little animals that come in the other sets. They're not unique. There's no unique parts in them, and they're not massive builds that I really care for. I mean, you've got the animal, and then you've got a few like tiny pieces, a very small build. So it doesn't seem worth trying to track them down. But I don't want to not have them at the same time. Like, I don't see the value in having them, but I don't want to not have them. And I don't know how to talk myself into being like frugal and saying, right, I don't need them. I guess if they're a couple of pounds on a brickset order and a bricklink order, and I happen to see them, then I probably will get them. But I am literally just getting them for the sake of having a bar chart say 100%. So I said to Ian, maybe I could just tick that I own them option, because I don't think I'd even keep the foil pack part. I don't keep boxes, so I don't see the point. I could just part them out, or I could just say I don't need them. So maybe help talk me into not having them in the comments below. Help me justify. Just tell me to stop being silly and not get the foil packs. There's no point in getting the foil packs. I will literally have every Elves piece already. So what's the point? So I'm going to go look up this one, 30375 and minifigs. They class them as minifigs even though they are not. And does she come in anything else? 2 sets. Okay, so what other set is she in? She's in the Starlight Inn, which I do have. I wasn't aware she's in that outlet. There she is. So again, I could probably live without the poly bags, but I don't want to. I want to tick that I've got them all. Look at the cute little sleeping dragon there. That's a really cute set. So I head back up here. If I look at my collection, I've got 27 and there's 14 that I'm missing. Which, actually, if I do 41, if I take that, work out the percentage, if I've still got 14 to get, that's only 65%. So actually, it looks as though those foil packs aren't included in the Elves bit. So maybe Brickset has actually solved my problem, that I will get the credit. I'm going to sneakily mark them all now and see what happens. So let's just quickly mark got. And don't worry, I have a separate list, so I'll be able to undo this in a second. So if I mark them all as owned, apart from the foil packs, will I get 100%? And then I don't need to convince myself. I can just not get them. Right, so I've got everything marked as owned. So if I swap back to this, what percentage does it give me for Elves? 100%. So the foil packs are not included in that metric. So that's good. That's solved my problem instantly there. So I'll go revert my list back to how it was, and I've got essentially 7 sets then to get, and I can ignore the foil packs. So what collection should I work on next after that? I think I'm going to go for the Mixels, which I spoke about last time. Technically, I guess the next one that I could complete easily, because I'm at 57%, would be the Minions Rise of Gru. But I don't know if I care. Oh, I've encountered a bug. I don't know if I care about getting those. What other sets are those? Let's have a look. So supposedly there are 7 Minions Rise of Gru sets. I don't have the Unstoppable Bike Chase. Do I care? No. Although I do love Minions. He looks like he's crying here. Are these the right way around for his eyes to be? Or should they be the other way? He's not got eyelids on that one. Ooh, I didn't know he had eyelids. Okay, now I want it. And I don't have the plane, because I didn't care for the plane. But again, I'd quite like to get the minions. It's not a bad plane, but I just don't need it. And I didn't get the minifigure pack, because again, I already had the 2 minions in it, and I don't know who she is. I haven't seen the Rise of Gru. Maybe should watch it. So again, it's not not a collection that I want to fix. But I really do now want these eyeballs, so I might look those up on Bricklink. So that's the update on the Elves collection. We're on the home stretch. I'm still not going to rush it. I'm going to wait and see the deals come up and get them when I'm ready. But I'm super excited to then do something with them. We would definitely need to allot some time to start building with those, because that's where the joy is going to continue, is actually having the sets and playing with the sets and getting them into some sort of diorama. So I will definitely document that on the channel when we get around to it as well. Let me know if you've got any comments on my Elves collection or what you think I should collect next. Also, if you want to see more collection reflections, I'll link up the playlist at the end. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an update. See you later!